Craig will be here, he can answer all your questions. So, he said yesterday, I'll be there, so, unless anything changes. He'll be the one to talk about it, his group's the one that put it together, so.
I don't know that I got any questions.
That's all right.
How are you?
I'm good, man. How about yourself?
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Go ahead and get.
You got any questions? I read over it a couple of times.
It's a lot of data there.
It's a lot of data.
Recording in progress.
But
This one, that's just our, in case all that's.
I think,
I can tell more just about by looking at the map at what's proposed and what's already there, and that's kind of where I deciphered it was right here.
and really, I mean, I think they really just want us to recommend to the council to approve it,
Yeah, that's right.
but that as written,
And they made a big change to it, so.
well, I mean, really, all they did was take off that
That's
one
right.
fifty-eight bypass. And, I mean, many of the proposed connectors are still there. They've been changed a little bit.
Thanks much. Hey there. How you doing? Good, how are you doing? Oh, good to see you. Let's see, I may have already set your packet at, yeah, over there. You got
There's
it.
a package there.
You doing all right?
Good, how about yourself?
Good, doing well. Oh,
Hey, Mike. Good to see you.
Good, how you doing?
Hi, T. Stevenson. Nice
How
to
you
see you.
It's cool in here.
do what?
I said, at least it's cool in here.
Yeah, it's nice and cold, I tell you. I don't know what it is. This room, it's either hot or cold. There's no in between. And when this room's hot, that room's hot. When this room's cold, that room's cold. We ain't figured that out yet.
We got a break today. It was a lot cooler today.
Yeah, it felt good today. It was raining
And
this
a little bit of
morning.
rain.
And it was slow and steady, so it soaked in, I hope.
Yeah. I think we were up at Walnut Cove for breakfast, and it rained a good little bit up there.
Doesn't surprise me.
Hey.
Ron, there he is. How are you? I'm here. Let's see, anywhere you wanna sit once, so I guess what we'll do is, whenever, the meeting starts, then we can pull y'all up. I know you are an alternate and Andrea is an alternate, have confirmed, there she is now.
And there's
So
Andrea.
we've got two confirmed, and if Curtis comes, then that'll be it, but I know that, we do it in order of appearance, so you got your two alternates right there. So yours should be up there.
Ron's gonna observe and say, I just come later.
That's right, that's right. Just have to walk back out there and wait for Curtis to get here and come back in.
That don't make no difference.
But, so Craig will be here, to better explain it all, Craig McKinney with MPO. So he'll be able to answer, he's the guy that pretty much put together, him and his team put that map together. So they can answer a lot of
He
questions.
should've got out and rode around first.
I know a lot of the data for the map was provided by DOT, the Division 7 office, like Wright Archer and his guys.
And you think the DOT knows what they're doing?
No, I'm not saying they know what they're
Just,
doing by any means,
just
trust me.
let's make sure.
Every time I sit in traffic, I wonder, what are they doing?
Well, it's not just traffic.
Yeah.
There's one street they got named in here, don't even exist no more.
Don't have that, that road's gone?
Yeah, it's gone.
Okay.
And, all right, am I gonna be fringing on a conflict of interest because they have my driveway on it?
Your driveway, well, so what, so in order to constitute a conflict of interest, you would either have to be making money or losing money by recommending this plan. It would be based on financial
Well, see,
compensation.
that's, I own the deed to where the road is.
Gotcha. And is it something that you think they would ever buy that property from you?
The state?
Yeah.
No.
No, okay.
What happened in 1972, my sister got married. I wanted to build a house on the backside of Daddy's place. So Daddy had to designate a right-of-way to get back to their place.
Okay, gotcha.
All right, this Suffield Road, they call it, is only a gravel driveway.
Just a gravel
It is no payment on it. The DOT has never set a piece of equipment on it,
Gotcha,
because we've been keeping it up.
gotcha.
So,
Well,
yeah, if it's, whatever, I don't know what this stuff means to start with. I've been trying to find out, but
well,
we're all lost.
Craig, hopefully he'll be able to really pop in some good answers.
So I'll just need to ask him.
I think as long as, there he is. How are you doing?
So I live right here.
Tired, I understand, trust me. I'm one day away, heading out of the country, so. I was too lazy to put pants on. You doing all right?
Across.
A little warm still.
Little warm still. I understand that. I understand. So, Mason Winfrey. Yep, so this is my
Maybe
deputy
one.
clerk.
Yeah.
This is Craig
You know,
McKinney right here. He's with Greensboro NPO, so this is
Yeah,
Ron
I've
Sutherland.
seen him.
Yeah, he's been up here a time or two.
Been around a while.
That's
Yeah.
right. Probably been coming up here longer than I have.
You kin to the, Chuck?
Different set.
Chuck's daddy used to be my lawyer.
Really?
Mm.
Oh, okay. Didn't know that. He was Summerfield native, I reckon. Gotcha. Gotcha. I thought he was from Summerfield. He mentioned, I remember when we were talking about the property over
Right
there.
down, Harris Teeter there on Battle Ground,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
laying right behind it.
That's where the Winfreys grew up?
They go down that road. It takes a big sharp right turn and it goes right into the woods.
That's
I
right.
used to ken all that land down in there.
Oh, wow.
I'll set out up here, so
Okay, that's fine, that's fine.
maybe I won't have to get up again.
That's okay.
See, it's even got my name behind
Yeah,
it.
we got you. We were banking on you getting there.
Jimmy,
No, that's, Mr. Green's not gonna be here. He mentioned he wouldn't be here, and, who was the other member that said they wouldn't be here?
Steve Louis
Stephen Lloyd,
Stephen
that's
Lloyd.
it. That's it. So, it's not gonna be able to make it.
won't be here either.
So this, the recommendation that you all have tonight will go to the town council, and they'll have this same public hearing on July the 11th. So at their next town council meeting on the 11th, they'll have another public hearing for their final consideration of adoption. If well, could be final, if they say no, I guess it'll go back to y'all and bring it back again. Just keep on bringing it around. We'll get there.
and Chuck's coming.
Yeah, Chuck is supposed to be here, yes. He, I hadn't heard from him otherwise. He'll be rolling in. His car is very quiet. It's hard to hear him coming in with an electric car.
Mason trying to intimidate. You got the recorder up here in front of me.
So you don't say anything crazy. Has Andrew done anything else to the, shelter this week, I mean, the trails this week?
I haven't been down there. We just got back yesterday.
That's right, that's true. Good, good.
It was good. Well, that's a Tesla
You
company.
already acquired the property for the 158 bypass?
Huh?
158 bypass,
I don't
didn't the
know if that's
DOT
true.
already
Chuck
acquire
had a,
that property?
150 or 158?
158 bypass.
No, they haven't acquired any of the property for where the bypass was going.
I think they have him for Sites County, but not
Yeah,
to the lake.
in Walkertown. They've actually cleared part of the lake.
They're getting down on that boat.
Good, how are you?
Oh, Chuck, doing all right?
Good, you all right?
I'm doing good.
Justin's headed out of town, so you're.
Be as old as I am.
Oh, okay.
Did that happen today?
It passed today, final reading. That was the final vote on it, as far as I can tell, that was,
In our law.
it's in law, and it will be effective June 30th, that property will be annexed to Summerfield. And, I guess now it's up to Couch as to whether or not he wants to leave it unincorporated, or if he wants to reach out to Greensboro and ask for them to annex it voluntarily.
And I looked on the map, on the GIS, and part of that property does abut Greensboro.
The lake, at least, I knew the lake, Lake Grant, is that right? I knew that lake was on by Greensboro.
Well, and even some of the
Even some of the
surrounding.
land around
Yep.
there. That'll be,
Yep. So naturally,
yeah.
you know, it would be in his interest to have Greensboro and Guilford County foot part of the infrastructure.
That's right.
It'll be interesting.
Yes.
Oh, you ain't heard the end of that.
Oh, all right. Go ahead.
Even a,
Promise we're gonna get you a real one, Andrew. For now. Go with that, Dick, please. Yeah, go ahead, you're good. Yeah, so they just, I always just do it, so the members, they'll sit, and then if there's any alternates that come in, they'll appoint them in order of arrival. So I thought, well, I don't know who's gonna show
Oh,
up
no,
first,
that's,
Ron,
yeah.
you or Chris.
No worries, no worries.
No, they don't.
As soon as we get over to Madison, we'll get you a real nameplate.
I've got 7 o'clock.
Yep, 7 o'clock, I'm ready if y'all are.
So I'm gonna call the meeting to order, and we're gonna begin with the Pledge of Allegiance. If everybody could please stand. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Number 2 on the agenda, review and adopt the agenda, and everybody should have gotten Mason's note that they would like us to add a 4A to the agenda to address the October 24th planning board meeting, where the election board will be set up in here for 2 weeks, and it's really not gonna be feasible to meet that date. So there will not be one in October, is what they're asking for. Can I have a motion to add that to the agenda?
I make a motion, we add it to the agenda.
Do I have a second?
second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Any nays? All right. Number 3, approval of the minutes of May 23rd, 2024. Any questions or discussion? Anybody like to make a motion?
I'll make a motion, we adopt them as they are standing.
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Nays? Item number 4, public hearing items. Public hearing to consider the adoption of the proposed thoroughfare and collector street plan as prepared and adopted by the Greensboro Urban Area Metropolitan Planning Organization and subsequently amending the town of Stokesdale's future land use plan. I believe Craig is here.
Yep, so if you just want to declare it open and, declare the public hearing open, and then if anybody would like to speak, in favor or in opposition, just give them that opportunity, and any questions?
We will declare the public hearing open.
And if anybody would like to speak on both sides, they're welcome to do that. And if you would, Craig, if you'd like to, I can bring the microphone over there, and you can do it sitting down, or you can do it at the podium, whichever you prefer. Which one? Yeah. I've been telling them all that, hold their questions for you, so I'm sure they got a lot built up.
Well, good evening. I'm Craig McKinney, Transportation Planner for the City of Greensboro and the Greensboro Urban Area Metropolitan Planning Organization. So, you may not have ever heard this spiel, but the NPO has got authorization to help you all with your land use planning. And the purpose of the thoroughfare and collector street plan is a planning tool. It's not so much something written in stone and forever and ever. It is a living document. Our intent is to probably update this on a 5-year basis rather than a 10 or 14-year basis. So we're It won't be me, it'll be someone else that will come to you in about 4 or 5 years with another version or an update to the plan.
I might just add a point to that. So the relevant ordinance requires the town to maintain a land use plan. And part of the land use plan is the thoroughfare plan. And the statute says it has to be regularly maintained. And it's been a while, I think 2007, I think was the last time that the town did a comprehensive land use plan. And this is part of moving us toward maintaining and updating it to reflect the relocation, I think primarily the relocation of 158 bypass, which had been on an earlier revision of this plan. So this is part of that effort we're required to do to regularly maintain the land use plan.
I have a question for you, sir.
Yes.
Other than the transportation plan, does any of this affect any other land use for Stokesdale?
Well, once a thoroughfare plan is adopted, then that might affect what uses there might be of the properties that are, going to be near the new thoroughfares or no longer going to be close to it. So it can have implications for land use, for the other components of the land use plan.
But that's just specifically for whatever properties are associated with a new road or?
That's right.
We're not looking at just redoing our Stokesdale land use plan in general, just the, what'd you call it?
The thoroughfare plan.
Thoroughfare plan.
Yeah, and so that's the goal tonight is to consider, and again, it's your decision whether to recommend it to the town council or not, but the decision of, do we want to adopt this proposed change to the thoroughfare plan? Is that, I got that right?
Sounds pretty legal to me. But yeah, but like I said, it is a plan, it is a tool, so it is to assist you all. And then again, as the area slowly grows rapid, whatever, the plan is to be amended to accommodate for those changes. And the collector streets are probably more in your purview than ours. Our suggestion on the collector streets is that the proposed collectors to occur as land is developed. It will not drive a project in the state's transportation improvement program, but it will, and that's the part of this plan that's probably going to, over time, change more than the thoroughfares, because the collectors react to how areas develop. And I think you all may have seen this, they have seen this once before, right?
Yes, yeah.
The big difference is we have removed the US 158 bypass from the map. It doesn't kill the project. It does take away the pressures you are receiving about people wanting to either build or do anything that is in that proposed path. You still can. What we're looking at doing is help you all get things done, and so we hope that you all will adopt the plan as is presented to you.
All right, are we gonna adopt the whole plan as a whole, or are we gonna adopt these step by step, by street, or road?
Well, I would say likely in the past, they've done it as a whole. Typically, those changes are the changes, I'm assuming, from the 2008 plan to this 2023, now 2024 plan. And so what they're saying is the map is an overview of all those changes, and all those changes are incorporated in this new map. And those are the changes that have taken place since the last thoroughfare and collector plan that the town adopted, I think, like I say, back in 2008. So it would be a whole, I guess if there's, similar to the 158 bypass, if there's a portion of that that you don't agree with, then there would be a reason to not recommend approval because you don't agree with that, and basically they would consider removing that if it, you know, wasn't approved on account of that road.
Okay, the reason I'm asking that is you got two streets on here, to be reclassified or removed, the same street.
Yeah, because I think one was probably existing, there's an existing roadway, and another part was a proposed roadway that was never built.
I didn't understand that.
The map is supposed to reflect what is on ground today,
Uh-huh.
and then anything proposed in the future. And the remove, if you see the same street name is that, you'll see that, if you look, I think if you read across, you'll see that
Oh, good. I was going
one is shown as existing and the other line is shown as proposed.
The chart. There we go.
And the new status is NA, which is non-existing.
So, yeah, so the action was to remove it from the plan, and it was involved these two roadways.
Well, I'm speaking of the two on the bottom, tree line and Suffield.
That was reclassified, we reclassified from an existing collector to an existing local, meaning it no longer carries a classification other than being just a local roadway. See, your hierarchy of roadways goes local, then to collector, then to minor thoroughfare, to a major thoroughfare, to a freeway interstate. That's your hierarchy of roadways. So the local is the very, very bottom of the tree. And those, the only thing y'all need to be concerned about is that in order for, excuse me, for collectors is that allows certain land uses that aren't allowed on a local, like a school, a church, and there may be a few other land uses that have to be on a collector street or higher.
Still not making it plumb clear, but reason I'm asking this, I live off of Suffield Road. Suffield Road actually doesn't exist as a road. It's not paved or anything. It is a gravel driveway. I mean, the DOT has never done anything to it. My family's always kept it up.
Yeah, and that's probably one reason why we took a classification off of it, because
And it's a dead-end street.
it's dead end, and we saw it not, as not needing to be useful as a collector, or even as a proposed collector. But
Okay. And of course, another one is Frittlewood Drive. Frittlewood Drive doesn't even exist. That road was closed. Frittlewood is about the fifth one down from the top.
It was reclassified, I guess.
you talking about Frittlewood?
Frittlewood Drive.
Yeah, I can see that we had it before as a proposed collector, and we had changed it from a collector to an existing local.
But that's what I'm saying. It doesn't exist anymore.
Oh, okay.
Well, down below,
It remained a local then.
down below, a little further, it's reclassified, its new status is NA about 6 or 7 from the
Well,
bottom.
that's Flat Rock.
Well, there's there's
No,
also,
it's Frittlewood
To Adano.
to Adana.
It's removed.
You looking at a map or you looking at
I'm looking at the chart.
that chart?
Yes, sir.
It's about 7 or 8 from the bottom.
Yeah.
7 or 8 from the bottom.
It is the 8th one from the bottom.
Oh, I see, it says removed, proposed collector Friddlewood Drive. But
And it's not.
so they closed the end of it and kept part of it up in the housing project, is that what I'm reading? Or Friddlewood Drive, where it connects to Eversfield, is dead. It's been decommissioned.
We're removing it from classifications.
Okay.
As I understand the chart, though, that line we're looking at, that's talking about some proposed collector that would begin at Friddlewood and end at Adano Drive. So that line's not really talking about Friddlewood, it's talking about a proposed collector that starts at Friddlewood and ends at Adano,
Okay.
if I'm reading that right.
Oh, this one here?
Yeah.
Also removed, yeah.
But it's talking about this proposed collector.
Oh, yeah, I see what you're talking about.
Beginning at Friddlewood and
It's a
ending.
proposed collector street,
I'm not
starting
following
at
Friddlewood
Friddlewood,
on the
ending
map.
on
sure?
Adano. Okay,
I
I see.
mean, Adano is here,
Yep.
but
So not actually Friddlewood, it just starts there and ends there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's here somewhere.
So the street, the name of the street in question, if you'll go under that second column of street, that is the column that specifies the street. And then the street begin, street end is not necessarily the street, it's where it starts. and
Okay.
stops.
The
Yeah,
crossing,
gotcha.
cross streets.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. The next question is now, like I said, I live on Suffield Road. Now, am I infringing on a conflict of interest here?
No, I don't think you have a direct financial interest, I don't think, in this.
I've been trying to get people to explain this to me forever, because I hold a deed to that right of way.
You have a deed to the right.
My daddy had to create a right of way for my sister and brother-in-law to build a house back there. It's a right of way and a utility right of way.
So it's like an easement.
And they were like an easement, I guess, if you want to call it. They didn't call it that to start with.
Okay,
They just called it a right of way to get to the property.
okay.
If they ever develop Suffield Road, they're gonna have to move all the power lines and stuff, cause the poles go right down the middle of the road. So, I'm just wondering. So, what I'm hearing here is that deed that I hold to that property up on the front that Daddy bought to get Suffield Road in there, that deed's no good no more.
No, your D's still good.
Yeah, this wouldn't affect any, and again, I'm basing on, I haven't seen the documents, but if you have an easement across somebody else's property to get back to your property, then nothing that DOT is doing is gonna affect that easement. Now, does your easement go onto Suffield Road, or does it go, what does it connect to?
It connects to Eversfield. Suffield Road connects to
No, but your
Eversfield.
easement, I'm trying to find.
But
where
the
your-
easement starts at Everfield and goes back to the back of,
So if your easement goes all the way to Eversfield, and Eversfield's not being, I don't think it's.
Ron,
being-
are you saying that the road is the easement and that's the same, we're talking about the same?
the road, the driveway, my driveway is the easement.
Okay.
There was not when Daddy bought the property in 59, the land was landlocked.
Right,
Mr. John Holbrook gave Daddy 10 feet on his property. And Mr. Osmond gave him 10 feet on his property. That left Daddy a 20-foot driveway to get into his property. And they deeded it. Well, later down the road, in 72, when my brother and sister, my brother-in-law and sister wanted to build a house on the back of the property, Daddy had to wind up buying a 50-foot strip wide down to his property line to get into that property. And it was set up as an easement, and a right-of-way for them to get in,
Right.
or utility easement and right-of-way.
The utility and,
Yeah.
50 foot, yeah, that's,
And that sounds like a private, what I would call a private easement that was for the benefit of the people that live, your
Yeah,
parents' house
but
and your sister's house.
It doesn't say private, it just says Suffield Road.
yeah,
But so I guess I'm saying that probably would not be affected by anything DOT was doing. If you had an easement of record, that's not gonna be, I would not think it'd be affected by anything that DOT was doing. Yeah, as long as it goes all the way to Eversfield.
Well, it's dead ends back on their property, back on the back. That's
Right,
where
but it
dead
goes
ends.
to Eversfield. It connects their property.
It connects to Eversfield.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Again, I say that without having the benefit of seeing the documents, but you know, basing on your representation of what the documents are.
Any other questions or comments?
This is the, essentially the first meeting we've had on this. I know, I haven't been here for the last two meetings going to work, but, and then the recommendation tonight is gonna go to the town council.
Yes, that's right, yeah. So this item was actually brought to you all on October the 26th of 2023. It was not long before that, MPO had approved this and sent it out to all the local municipalities for approval. And it was around that time, actually maybe at that meeting, some private landowners had shown some concerns with Highway 158. And so we decided to take that off. I think you all tabled it indefinitely. And we decided to take that off, let the workings of the 158 problem be solved. Those have since been solved, and so it's basically the same map that you all saw back in October of last year, minus the 158 bypass. And so whatever decision you make tonight, like you said, that will go to the town council on July the 11th. And that's a recommendation of approval or denial.
And prior to that meeting, there's gonna be or at that meeting, be a public hearing as well.
Correct, yeah, there will be a public hearing on July the 11th, and so since that's so close, I've advertised it, so it's going to be in the newspaper, it'll be online, and folks will have the opportunity to come out and basically do the same thing, speak for or against, so. And I'm sure that Craig wouldn't mind coming back.
oh, I'll come back.
I mean, I only ask that because I see some, I don't have any interest in any of this as far as personal interest. But I see some of the proposed collector, that I know some people that's gonna affect, and I'm not sure they're aware of it.
Well, the only way those proposed collectors are gonna happen if someone develops the land to create it.
And I guess, the reason why I asked that question, I just wanted to make sure that there was gonna be a public hearing on this, so those property owners that would be affected or may not be affected would, have the opportunity to stand in front of the town council and, make their case.
Yes.
Why they disagree with it or whatever.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, they most certainly will. Like I said, the notice will go out, and anybody in town can see it. Anybody from the public, regardless of whether or not they live in town, is more than welcome to come and speak. And as a matter of fact, that's when we had the public hearing last time. That's exactly what happened. You all had the public hearing last time. There was I don't know if it was the property owner, but it was somebody associated with that property came and spoke and had some questions. And those have been addressed, and so they're more than welcome to come and do it again, and would certainly encourage them to do it and come just either say yay or nay. So make sure that any questions they had last time actually got resolved. I think they have. I think they, from the communication I've seen, they're pretty satisfied with it as is, but it never hurts for them to come back and talk.
Growth is inevitable. I mean, I'm probably the youngest guy in this community, and I've seen it grow leaps and bounds in just 10 years.
So, Mr. Chairman, I guess I would maybe invite, if any other members anybody else wants to speak on, I mean, as far as from the public. Otherwise, probably need to close the public hearing and then get into discussion among the board, I suspect.
If there's no more public comment, we will close the
Yep, close the public hearing, nobody else.
Close the open hearing.
Yep. And so now you can open it up for discussion and if there's nothing discussed, call for question.
Or we need a motion at some point.
Yeah.
Correct, yeah, a motion to,
And I guess the motion would be to recommend this revised plan to the town council,
correct,
if that's,
Yeah.
or recommend and not approve it, one or the other.
that's right.
Any comments?
I've already said all I need to say, sir.
Do we have a motion?
I make a motion we adopt the proposed thoroughfare collector street plan.
All right, make a motion to adopt it, or as written, and then recommend that to the town council? Gotcha.
As written and recommend to the town council
Okay.
for approval.
All right.
Do we have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Aye. Any nays?
All right.
All right.
Okay.
Aye.
Gotcha. All right.
4A, the addition to the agenda to remove the October 24th meeting from the planning board schedule because of the board elections. Any discussion on that? Do we have a motion?
No, I mean, so,
Yep.
so they're taking this entire room, is that?
Yeah,
what's that?
that's my understanding. So on Monday, we received a letter from the Guilford County Board of Elections, the early voting
Early
manager.
voting, yeah.
Yeah, and they have, the State Board of Elections has selected the Stokesdale Town Hall as an early voting location for the presidential election this fall. And so they have requested it from October the 14th through November the 2nd, excluding a few days there on the weekends. And so I looked over the calendar. So far, all the regularly scheduled meetings that we have for the town, whether it be town council, town park improvement committee, or, I didn't look at the park improvement committee, but
Will be good.
yeah, at least the town council and the town planning board, there was no conflicts except for one, and that was the planning board meeting on October the 24th. And early voting ends at 7:30, and the planning board meeting starts at 7. So since you can't kick the Board of Elections out,
And they're not gonna want anybody in here with their equipment.
correct.
The only issue is whether there's any other room in the town hall where you could do it, but I don't
We can
know
meet.
if that's,
We do it in the lobby, or,
I mean, if you wanted to have a meeting, or if you think it's not
Yeah.
necessary, you can.
but, and Justin Snyder, I had ran it by him, and he said that, with this much notice, they could certainly advise any applicants that are putting forward something to be heard. He said, I can give them well advanced notice, and they'll know October won't be an option, anything before or after, try to submit it sooner or later. So it doesn't look like it'll be a problem on the planning and zoning end.
So you don't, Mr. Winfrey, you don't see a problem with it?
No, that's fine. No, you're not required to meet every month, and so I think it's fine in these circumstances to say you're not gonna have one in October.
Any more discussion?
So,
Do we have a motion?
I'll make a motion that we cancel the October 24th, 2024 meeting.
all right.
Just know they'll dock your pay.
I think I can handle that.
And I'll second that motion.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any nays? All right, planning board announcements. The next Town of Stokesdale Town Council meeting will be held on Thursday, July 11th at 7 p.m. inside the Town Hall Council Chambers, located right here at 8325 Angel Pardue Road in Stokesdale. The next town, Stokesdale Planning Board meeting will be held Thursday, July 25th at 7 p.m. inside the same Town Hall Council Chambers, located at 8325 Angel Pardue Road in Stokesdale. Do we have a motion to adjourn the meeting?
So moved.
I'll make a motion, we adjourn.
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 There won't be any nays.
Just under 30 minutes.
It would have been a lot less had we had any public input.